early morning. How are you great, magnificent, beautiful, outstanding, overachieving people doing on this beautiful day? We are in Crawfordsville, Indiana right now. We loaded up the trailer yesterday, last night, this morning, and also, well, I already said this morning, so never mind on that. We loaded up the trailer full of 40-some thousand pounds of canned tomatoes in Orestes, Indiana, and it is bound for Cherokee, Indiana, or Cherokee, Iowa. I am all kinds of flustered this morning. We are going to experience some fine dining, some of America's best breakfast food, and then we're probably going to climb back into the sleeper, take us just a short little nap, let that sun come up some more, because it's brutal. It's just sunrise is just one of the ugliest things you've ever seen in the world. So let's go eat some breakfast, and then we'll do our little thing.
Is that you? All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. The moment you realize that you came out of McDonald's from having a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle and thinking, wow, that was amazing. It's not biscuits and gravy. And then you come out of the McDonald's, like I said, you glance over and you see a Cracker Barrel. How have I never seen that Cracker Barrel before? We've come through here, we've stopped here, we've slept here. We almost died in this parking lot right here of exhaust asphyxiation, whatever you would call it, with broken exhaust. I have never noticed that Cracker Barrel over there. I bet Cracker Barrel has some good biscuits and gravy. I took a picture of that last shot, you know, not one of Opie, one of the semi. You got topless girls, fuel prices, and a 24-year-old Kenworth in one picture. That's three things that are very expensive to a man, I think. I don't know about the topless girls. I ain't never been into one of those places, but I hear they can be pretty spendy. Alright, we got our nap out of the way. We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty spunky. The sun is up high in the sky instead of at the beginning of it. And we're going to get running. We're going to get trucking. It doesn't matter. I got a nap in and I'm still all kind of flustered. We're going to get on the interstate and we're going to start heading towards Iowa. How does that sound? We need to have a discussion. I recognize this week you are in full picky mode again. Now, we do spend some pretty decent money for that fancy dancy dog food that you eat. It's not like farmer's dog kind of money, but it's like Blue Buffalo kind of money. And I know that you want to live off of cheeseburgers or whatever I'm eating and stuff like that. I need to make sure people know that you don't just live off of those things. But you don't help the matter much when I mix up your dog food last night while we were doing some setting. Well, it's still there. You haven't touched it. Which means I have to throw it out, because the food that I mix into that bowl, it has to be refrigerated. You're falling asleep. As I'm talking to you, you are seriously falling asleep. Dude, really? I feel that conversation may have gone on to deaf ears, because I don't think he's going to listen to me. We will stop and grab some Tums, and I'll give him some Tums later on today just to make sure he doesn't have a stomach ache. But I made me a sandwich, and he was really jumping at the bit to get some of that ham that I made off the sandwich. So that tells me right there that he doesn't have a stomach ache. Yeah, that wet dog food that I mix in with it, it only has a certain amount of shelf life. I should have actually thrown that out. Well, when we woke up from that nap, I should have thrown that out. But I have to throw that out now. We're going to feed the birds. They usually like that kind of stuff. He gets like this. When we're on, like, he will just flat out say, Dad, I'm not eating any dog food. And when he's at home, he doesn't get a choice. When he's with me, like if I eat a sandwich, or give him a little chunk of it, or give him a piece of ham. The cheeseburgers, don't get too excited about those. He gets them once a week usually. Sometimes we'll go 2 weeks without him getting a cheeseburger. He just, well, to everybody that owns German Shepherds, you know what I mean. That amount of stubbornness in those dogs is just unbelievable. We are, sorry. All right, we're off of Interstate 74. Iowa is about 20 miles that way. We're at a rest area. We're jumping to Iowa. We buzzed across Illinois in a real quick fashion, easy fashion. Everything went smooth. Once we get to Iowa, I don't know, I'll get up to Highway 20. I just struggle to keep that left door shut. I feel like I just feel the urge to stop a little bit more often. We are on a little bit of a time crunch because this load, of course, if you watched my last video, got held up quite a bit, and we had to change the delivery time a couple times, and I don't want to change it again. It's not a live or die kind of thing, but I just don't want to change the delivery time again. So I want to get to Cherokee in a decent manner, and we're on track to doing that. And I always am when I get past Illinois. The problem is, when I get up there to Highway 20 or get through Iowa or get a good chunk into Iowa, I start getting, I won't get tired because I'm not tired at all, but I'll just get bored. And when you're bored, you stop more often. And when you stop more often, driving the speeds I do, it slows things down a lot because I don't speed. I actually drive a lot slower than the speed limit. I've been neglecting my tire thumping on video. I sure am sorry, guys. We're just checking things. Come on, man. We are just checking things out. We're going to make sure all of our lights are working, all of our tires are pumped up before the night run begins. This is every time we stop right before it gets dark. I'll give the lights a little bit of a check-see. Oh, I like those. I like it when the trailers have the blinkers on the way top too. A little bit less of a chance for them to get filled in with snow. we were up here running across Highway 20 here in Iowa. Opie yells up to the front. He asks, "Hey Dad, when are we going to stop?" He was ready to get out. I said, "We're stopping Webster City, man, don't worry." And like any fine German, he said, "Okay, not a problem." We're buzzing across Highway 20. I glance back at him, and he's looking out his window, that window right there. I said, "Here in a little bit, man, we're not far. We'll be stopping here in a little bit." Remember, he thought he was on a diet. Next thing I know, Rockwell City, Iowa comes up, our Sparkies. And I go, "Where was Webster City?" He said, "Dude, it was back there quite a bit. You missed it." So I'm sorry. You had to last a little bit longer. You guys been drinking tonight. You keep falling over. We're about 600 miles now into our day. We got about 70 miles left, 70, 75 miles left till we get to Cherokee, somewhere in there. Then we can get rid of this trailer. It's going to be a normal thing. We're going to get, well, usually I say it's going to be a normal thing. When we get there, we'll load it off, and we'll grab a hold of an empty one. But for the past couple weeks, every time I say that, it doesn't end up being normal. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm just going to say that you guys need to lay off the booze. You're falling over quite a bit. You're to the point where you're like, "Dude, how much did I drink tonight?" "Dad, you're a dork." You see, Opie, I know I'm a dork. Because right there, it says I'm a dork. Trucking with Schmidt. Well, you can tell when it's getting cold out, those lines, they don't want to move. Come on. It's a good thing I don't keep good fenders on this thing. They'd be all beat up. Alright, do I gotta get skinny, or is the truck gonna pick it up? Ah, truck picked it up. We can drive right on out. That truck was going into full seizure mode when we were pulling into the truck stop here. Truck's headlights were going dim, bright, flashers, dim, bright. They'd both turn on at the same time. Left blinker, right blinker. It has to be some kind of a pre-trip thing, right? I don't know. Throw it in the comments. If you guys, with the newer trucks, if you guys have some kind of button you can push and the truck just kind of goes through all the lights to make sure they work. I think I've seen that before, but I'm not 100% confident. That or the truck was having a nervous breakdown. One of those two things. We left Cherokee. We're in Holstein right now, Holstein, Iowa. I have a subscriber that lives not too far from here. I actually have a couple subscribers that live not too far from here, but I have a subscriber that was fighting cancer there for a little bit. And, well, it's been a long time ago now since I've received an email from him. Hope you're doing good, man. I really do. If you're still watching, I hope you're doing good. Yeah, just shy 700 miles today, so just a hop, skip, and a jump. It's one thing that's kind of, I always love about trucking. That's the one of the things I love about trucking is you can start your day somewhere 3 states away, you know, in the east, you know, where the states are a little bit smaller, and you can find yourself on the complete western side of Iowa. You know, it's just kind of cool. Then you go on a family vacation, and it takes like 5 years to get across those states. Yeah. All right. I ate my cheese, my sandwiches. That ham piece that I gave Opie earlier, that was a mistake. I told myself I was going to stop doing that. Don't do that. That meat, it's barely fit for human consumption, and it's going to mess up a dog's gut, is my only prediction there. And I told myself I was going to stop giving him those, and I did. And I was talking, and he was sitting there, and I just gave him a piece of it. And I wouldn't do that if I was you. He's giving me the stink eye right now, but he will live. I promise. That's it. If you guys think you can like something like this, please subscribe. You guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Yes. I shouldn't have done that, man. No, I shouldn't have.